Hello student, myself Digant Sakhiwala, I am your science sir. Today we will continue chapter number 13, why do we fall ill. Dear student, today we are going to learn about infectious disease, infectious agent, means of spread. Okay, so we will start. Infectious diseases, infectious agent. The classification of organism is based on the common characteristic between the different organisms. So there are so many organisms that exist on the earth, and how we can classify all the organisms according to their common characteristics. Okay, organisms that can cause disease are found in a wide range of such a category of classification. Okay, so organisms that can cause disease are found in a wide range of such a categories of classification. So we have microbes are there, okay, in that virus, bacteria are there, okay, so they are also classified according to that. Some of them are viruses, some are bacteria, some are fungi, some are single cell animals or protozoa. So the factor which is responsible for the disease or are what viruses, bacteria or fungi, or they are single celled animals or protozoas. Some are caused by the multicellular organisms such as worms of different kind. Okay, and some diseases are caused by the multicellular organisms such as worms of different kinds. Common example of disease caused by the viruses are common cold, influenza, dengue fever and AIDS. So here some example of virus is given. Okay, here example of some disease are given, okay, which are caused by virus. Example are common cold, influenza, dengue fever and AIDS. Dear student, AIDS means what? Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Diseases like the typhoid fever, cholera, tuberculosis and anthrax are caused by the bacteria. So here some diseases are there, they are caused by the bacteria. Example are typhoid fever, cholera, tuberculosis and anthrax. Many common skin infections are caused by the different kind of fungi. So here so many skin infections are there, okay, many skin infections are there, they are caused by the fungi. Protozoa microbes cause many familiar diseases such as malaria and kala-azar. Okay, so there is a one fever called kala-azar, malaria. These are caused because of what? Protozoa microbes. Okay, intestinal worm infection, elephantitis caused by the different species of worms. So here some example of worms are given, okay, which are responsible for the different type of infection like elephantitis. Okay, this category are important factor in deciding kind of treatment. Okay, so this type of category is very useful to how to give the treatment, like the disease caused by the virus, bacteria, protozoa, okay, or we can say that worms or fungi. All viruses, for example, live inside host cell, whereas bacteria rarely do. Okay, so all viruses are there, they live inside the host in the host cell, whereas bacteria rarely do this. Virus, bacteria and fungi multiply very quickly while the worms multiply very slowly in comparison. So we compare the virus, bacteria and fungi, then in that virus and bacteria they multiply very quickly from one cell to two cell to four cell, like that quickly they multiply, whereas the worms are there, they multiply very slowly. All bacteria closely related to each other than to viruses and vice versa. Okay, we can say that all bacteria closely related to each other than to virus and vice versa. Okay, so all bacteria are very close to each other. Okay, many important life processes are similar in the bacteria group but are not shared with the virus group. Okay, so many important life processes are similar in the bacteria group. Okay, as a result, drugs that block the one type of life process in one member of the group is likely to be effective against the many other member of the group, but the same drug will not work against the microbe belonging to the different group. So here comparison is given. Suppose in the body two or more type of bacteria are present which causes diseases. Suppose we use the antibacterial drug, then what happens? This drug is very effective against what? Bacteria, but it will be not effective against the viruses. Okay, the same drug will not be work against the microbe belonging to different group. The antibiotic penicillin blocked the bacterial process that built the cell wall. As a result, the growing bacteria became unable to make the cell wall and die easily. So bacteria in that, generally what happens, cell wall is present. So what is the function of penicillin? Is stop the bacteria to make the cell wall, and because of that reason the bacteria is die. Okay. Human cell don't make a cell wall anyway, so penicillin cannot have such a effect on us. Penicillin have this effect on bacteria. Okay, so when the human on that penicillin is experimented at that time, what happened? Human cell are the animal cell. In human, in that all the cells are there, they are the example of animal cell, and the cell wall is absent. Okay, and bacteria in that cell wall is present. So when penicillin is working on the bacteria, at that time it destroys the bacteria, because its mainly function is to not allow the bacteria to make the cell wall, and human has already no cell wall is present, so there is no effect on the human cell. But viruses do not use this pathway, so antibiotic drugs not work against the viral infection. If we have the common cold, taking antibiotic does not have any change on the common cold. Okay, virus do not use this type of pathways. Okay, virus has no effect on the antibiotic. Suppose we take the antibiotic, then there is no effect on the virus, because virus has different mechanisms. So suppose we are suffering from the viral infection like common cold, and we take antibiotic, then there is no effect on the common cold if we take the antibiotic. Bacteria and viral infection on that antibiotics will be helpful. Okay, bacterial and viral infection, if we have both are there, if we are suffering from the bacterial and viral infection both are there, then for the bacterial infection the antibiotic is very helpful. But suppose we are separately, if you have viral infection and if we take the antibiotic, then there is no effect. Means of spread. Many microbial agent can commonly move from an affected person to someone else in a variety of ways, so they are called the communicable diseases. Okay, so many microbial agents can commonly move from an affected person to someone else in variety of ways. There are so many ways are there. Okay, so they are called the communicable disease. So from one person to it spread from the other person, so they are called the communicable diseases. We take the example of corona. If one person is suffering from the corona, and without any type of precaution, if he come in contact with other person, then all people can suffer from the corona. Such disease causing microbes can spread through the air. These occur through the little droplets thrown out by the infected person who sneezes or coughs. Suppose one person is suffering from the any viral, because of some viral infection or bacterial infection. Okay, and that person is doing sneezing or coughing. By that, what happened? By the air or by the droplets of or thrown out by the infected person, it spread into the other person. Okay, someone standing close by can breathe in this droplet and the microbe get a chance to start the new infection. Example of such disease spread through the air: the common cold, pneumonia, and the tuberculosis. So some example are there. Suppose one person is suffering from the different type of disease like common cold, pneumonia, tuberculosis, and we are very nearer to him. So when he is doing sneezing or coughing, at that time this microbe coming in the air and it goes in our breathing system, then it may possible that we will also suffer from this type of disease like common cold, pneumonia, and tuberculosis. Someone suffering from a cold and catching it nearer all people, disease can spread through the water. These occur if the excreta from the someone suffering from an infectious gut disease such as the cholera get mixed with the drinking water used by the people living nearby. So we know that in India there is no proper sanitation management are there. The toilets are not available in the India. Generally people, whatever excreta are there, okay, of the infectious people, that will mix with the water. Many times the whatever the toilet and other facilities are not there, so people are going in the open area. So at that time this excreta is mixed with the water, and because of that reason the person can suffering from the cholera. Okay, The cholera causing microbe will enter a healthy person through the water they drink and cause the disease in them, and because of that reason it may possible that many people suffer from the cholera by drinking that type of water. The sexual act in one of the closest physical contact to two people can have the each other. Therefore, the microbial infections such as syphilis or AIDS that are transmitted by the sexual contact from one partner to other. Dear student, other category of disease is sexually transmitted disease. It is called the STD. Okay, so whenever any sexual relation are there, close physical contact are there between two people can have with each other, at that time because of the close relation, the microbial infections such as syphilis and AIDS that are transmitted by the sexual contact from one partner to another. Okay, AIDS means what? Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Now what is the AIDS? AIDS is caused because of the virus called HIV, human immunovirus. Okay, when human immunovirus enter in the body, then it destroy the total immune system of the body, and because of that reason a person suffer from so many disease because that immune system is destroyed. So defensive system is destroyed. At that time person suffering from the so many disease. So person is not dying because of the HIV, but person is dying because of what? So many other diseases are there. Okay, so for STD diseases, in that we have two examples are there, syphilis and the AIDS. Such sexually transmitted disease not spread by casual physical contact include handshakes, hugs or sports like wrestling. Okay, sexually transmitted diseases are not spread by the casual physical contact includes what? Handshakes. Okay, or we can say that hug, if you can hug, or sports like wrestling. So by normal physical contact it will not spread, but sexually contact are there. Okay, if we not take the precaution in the sexual contact, if we not use the condom or other precautions are not taken, then what happen? It may possible that AIDS is transmitted from the one person to another person. The virus causing AIDS, HIV, can also spread through the blood to blood contact with infected people, or from an infected mother to her baby during the pregnancy, or through the breastfeeding. Okay, so it may possible that when the blood to blood contact are there, at that time the AIDS can spread from one person to another person. Okay, so when blood to blood contact are there, then the infected contact are there, then it may possible that it is spread from the one person to another. Another category in that, what happened from infected mother to her baby during the pregnancy. So during pregnancy, infected mother to baby, or through the breastfeeding. Okay, during breastfeeding also the AIDS is spread from the mother to her baby. Many diseases will be transmitted by other animals. These animals carry the infecting agents from a sick person to another potential host. Okay, so many diseases will be transmitted to other animals, transmitted by the other animals. Okay, many diseases will be transmitted by other animals. These animals carry the infecting agents from sick person to another potential host. These animals are intermediates and are called the vectors. So these animals are called what? Intermediate, or they are called vector because they carry the disease from one person to another person. The commonest vector are mosquitoes. In many species of mosquito, the female need high nutrients food in the form of blood in order to be able to lay mature egg. So malaria is spread because of the female Anopheles mosquito. Okay, to lay egg it need more nutrition. Okay, and that nutrition in the form of what? Blood. Okay, and because of that reason what happen? It goes on the many people, okay, and suck the blood, and because of that reason it may possible that malaria is spread. Mosquito feed on many warm-blooded animals including us. In this way the mosquito can transfer disease from person to person. Same way mosquito feed on many warm-blooded animals, okay, including us. In this way the mosquito can transfer the disease from one person to another. So dear student, today we learn about infectious disease, infectious agent. In that we learn about the bacteria, viruses, okay, fungi, worms are there, as well as we learn about the means of spread, okay, and we learn about the HIV and AIDS. This is all about the today's portion. If you like my video, then like and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.